Hi, and welcome back to week number 4 of TDEC's virtual summer camp. This week, our activities are aimed at all you 9th through 12th graders out there. But just because you may not be in high school doesn't mean you can't join us to have some fun and hopefully learn something along the way. Today is Trash Reduction Tuesday, so obviously I thought it'd be cool to discuss the ontological necessity of modern man's existential dilemma. I'm kidding, of course. We're going to be talking about trash reduction and specifically how you can reduce your waste right in your own home.
As we all know, trash is a big problem here in the U.S. and especially here in Tennessee. In 2018, Tennesseans produced 8.1 million tons of waste, which equates to 6.5 pounds of waste per person per day, which is about what I'm holding right here. The national average is only 4.5 pounds, so that means that Tennesseans are producing an additional 2 pounds of waste per person per day over the national average. So we do have a lot of room for improvement. Now I hear you saying, but what can I do? Well, we're going to start with looking right here where you live in your own home.
Now to do this, we're going to need the help of our awesome friends at Urban Green Lab. Urban Green Lab is a Nashville-based nonprofit organization whose mission is to teach communities how to live sustainably. Now when we talk about sustainability, we're talking about ensuring a better quality of life for everyone within the limits of our ecosystems, both now and into the future. Urban Green Lab's amazing team of sustainability experts have developed countless resources to share with all Tennesseans. And we will actually be using one of those resources today. And it can be found right here on their website, urbangreenlab.org. Let's go check it out. So this is the Urban Green Lab's website. And as I mentioned, it's full of awesome resources, whether it's for classrooms, households, workplaces, whatever. And I definitely encourage you to visit and take a look around. Today we will be completing one of the home investigations, which is part of their Sustainable Classrooms program. So we're going to go up top here to the Education and Training and click on Classrooms right here. And then this gives you a little information about their Sustainable Classrooms program, which trains Middle Tennessee teachers about how to bring sustainable living into their classroom with lessons and projects so that every student has the opportunity to learn how to live sustainably. Okay, now for the home investigation, we're going to click right here, and that'll take us to this page. And as you can see, there are 6 different investigations that you can do. The one we're going to be working on today is the solid waste and litter investigation. So let's click on that one. And here we are. Start here. Solid waste is trash, garbage, or anything else you throw away to keep your home safe and clean, like papers, empty containers, or broken toys. If we don't recycle or reuse solid waste, it can become litter or is buried in a landfill. So let's learn how to reduce our solid waste by reducing, reusing, and recycling some of these materials. First thing is the investigator profile, and because we're not in school, we're going to skip over these first 3 items, and we'll come down here and enter our zip code. And also how many people who are living in your house. And for me, that's 5. We'll click next. And that takes us to step 1, which is the investigator's notebook. And it asks, what type of bins do you have in your home? Now, I do have a trash bin. I also have a recycle bin. But I do not have a composting bin, so I'll check no there. We click next, and it takes us to step number 2, which is to look in our trash cans and look for any recyclable items that may be in there. Now ask your parent or an adult if you can do this because it could get messy, and I would recommend that you wear gloves as well. So let's go see what's in our trash can.
After looking through our trash, I was surprised to find a couple of items in there that could have been recycled. I guess I'm going to need to do a little recycling refresher course with the family. there was a plastic bottle and an aluminum can. And there's also a plastic bag, which I'd like to talk with you all about in a minute. Now, can I just go ahead and put this straight into the recycling container? Not just yet. I want you all to think about 3 words: empty, clean, and dry. Now, to avoid contamination with all your recyclables, remember those 3 words. First thing is to empty your containers. So make sure they're completely empty of all material, whether it's a beverage container or a food container. And then you want to clean that container, which means give it a quick rinse out with some water. And then lastly, let it dry for a couple of minutes before putting it into your recycle container. That way you can avoid contamination. Now the plastic bag, I cannot put this in my curbside recycling. They won't accept it. But I do know that my local grocer has a take-back program for these plastic bags. So I like to save these up, and then the next time that I do go back to the store, I will take these with me and drop those off and make sure that they do get recycled by the grocery store.
Okay, so the question asks, was there anything in the trash that could be recycled? Absolutely, so we'll check yes. And if yes, how many items? There were 3 items: the plastic bottle, the aluminum can, and the plastic bag. So we'll enter 3 there. Then we'll click next. And that takes us to step number 3, which is composting. So now we're going to look through our trash can and see if there are any items in there that could be composted. So let's go see.
After going through our trash, I did find several food items that could have been composted. We had some eggshells, had an apple core, and a banana peel, and a few other things that I really didn't want to touch. But it did show me that I probably do need to start composting to reduce my waste. Now, if you're interested in composting, please check out our video from last Friday, which provides an excellent step-by-step instruction as to how you can start composting right in your own home.
Okay, so the question asks, is there any food in the trash that could be composted? Now the answer there is yes. And if yes, how many items? I'm going to say I'll put down 6 because there are several items in there that could have been used for composting. Click next. And that takes us to step number 4, which talks about reuse. So now we're going to go look through our trash can and see if there are any items in there that could be reused instead of thrown into the landfill. Let's go take a look.
After going through our trash, I did come across this glass jar. Now normally I would throw this in the trash because it's not part of our curbside recycling. But there are many cool ways you can reuse a glass jar. Maybe you can save it for leftovers. Maybe make a candle. Maybe you could put a cake mix or a cookie mix inside of it and give it as a gift to someone. Maybe make a terrarium, or do what my grandpa did and put all your nuts and bolts in there from your workshop. Lots of great ways to reuse a glass jar and keep it out of the landfill.
So the question is, what is one item that you found that can be reused instead of thrown in the landfill? And describe how it could be reused. Ours was a glass jar, and we actually came up with several uses for that glass jar. So we will go ahead and put those in there. And then we can go on to our next step. Now, step number 5 is reduce, which means we're going to be looking through our trash can one more time to look and see if there's any items in there that we don't necessarily need to use that could help us to reduce the amount of waste that we're producing. So let's go see.
After going through our trash, I did find that we use a lot of paper towels, whether it's cleaning up messes in the kitchen or in the bathroom. We're always using paper towels. Now, a more waste-friendly alternative would be to use a reusable cloth rag. The good news is you don't have to run out to the store to buy one of these. You can probably use something that's already laying around the house, whether it's an old beach towel, an old bath towel, maybe even an old t-shirt.
Like that old gray Mickey Mouse one you still wear?
I like this shirt.
You're 47. Grow up, Peter Pan.
Dang it.
So the one item that we found that we could use less of was the paper towels. So we will go ahead and enter that right here and then click next. Now they provide a tip here. If you don't know if something can be recycled, you may find a sign on the recycling bin, or you can look it up online, or if you're in school, you can ask your teacher. If you're at home, ask your parents. I like to follow the rule, when in doubt, throw it out. It will help to avoid contamination of your recyclables. If you're not sure whether it's something that's recyclable, probably safer just to go ahead and throw it in the trash. Okay, step 6 is looking outside. So now we're going to go outside and look around our house. Sometimes people don't put waste where it belongs, either in the trash can or the recycling bin, and then it ends up becoming litter. So I'm going to go take a walk around outside my house and see how many pieces of litter I can find just in my yard.
So I came outside and did a quick look around my yard. Wasn't able to find any trash or any litter, so I thought I'd take a walk through the neighborhood and see if I could find any. And I did find 3 items. The first one was a plastic water bottle. Fortunately, going to be something I will be able to recycle. The second one was this foil chip bag that I found just blowing down the street. Unfortunately, not something I can recycle, but I will be able to put it in my trash container to help keep it out of the environment. And the last one was this piece of junk mail that was just floating down the street too. That is made of paper, so I will be able to recycle that. So maybe that's something you want to consider too. Next time you're out taking a walk through your neighborhood, getting some exercise, getting healthy, maybe take a bag with you, maybe some gloves, and pick up some trash while you're out taking your walk. Help your neighborhood look nicer and help the environment too.
As you can see, I've gone ahead and entered in the information on the 3 items of litter that we found outside: the plastic bottle, the foil wrapper, and the piece of mail, and also put in which of those can and can't be recycled. So we'll go ahead and submit that. And congratulations, you're done. You have completed your solid waste and litter home investigation. And here's a copy of the report with all the information that you entered. You can go ahead and print a copy of that and take that with you as you work towards reducing waste in your home. And I did want to point out one other great resource that Urban Green Lab has provided. I'm going to click on this link right here, and that should take us to Socket, which is Nashville's sustainability outlet, which provides a bunch of great tips about how to be more sustainable at home. And as you can see, as you scroll through here, a lot of different information about different ways you can be more sustainable.
Thanks for following along with our Trash Reduction Tuesday activity. I hope you enjoyed our investigation and maybe learn a little bit about how you can reduce waste in your own home. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Wildlife Wednesday, and we hope to see you then.